What is up, guys? Hbox here, and a new teaser trailer for the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl game just came out. It's only a minute long, but it gives us a little more flavor as to how the game is going to be designed, and it also gives us what to expect in the coming months in terms of who the new character is going to be. So I have the trailer pulled up here, so without further ado, let's go ahead and give it a watch.
If you love peanut butter and jelly, spaghetti and meatballs,
Iconic duos.
get ready for the most iconic
Nutella and banana is good too.
duo of the century. SpongeBob.
SpongeBob and Patrick.
Reptar? Alright, time out. What in the Flying Dutchman is going on here? Oh, I see. It's one of those fighting games featuring your favorites from Nickelodeon's most iconic shows.
So it's like a teaser for the game itself too. Might see us on TV commercials and all that.
I wonder who else they're gonna call for this Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Oh,
Oh, I can't wait!
future game show.
This is gonna be crazier than
Thursday.
Michelangelo's pizza toppings.
Alrighty, well, let me just break that down for a second. Wow, okay, so from what I can see off of that alone, the biggest takeaway is that 2 new characters are going to be announced for this game on Thursday at the Future Game Show. It's day 1 of Summit, technically. And they featured Gary there too. I don't think Gary will be a standalone character. I know Gurr was in the trailer also, so he's probably not going to be one that's announced. It'll be characters that are completely brand new that aren't, yet included. But now that I have an idea as to the vibe of the game, if they're gonna announce 2 new characters, I feel like based on the box art and the sort of leaks that we know for a fact that, Avatar is in the game. We know for a fact that CatDog is in the game too. So if they announce, Aang and CatDog, I think that'll be a pretty safe bet as to the 2 characters that you can get there, because you want to pull in the most audience possible. Now, I grew up watching a lot of Nickelodeon shows, and it depends now, do they want to cater to more of the old audience or more of the new audience? Because right now, the current roster has both, like a sort of balance of both characters in there. SpongeBob, of course, is like the main pull of everything. But I wouldn't be surprised if they want to just bring the hardcore 90s aesthetic back, because again, the makers of this game is Ludosity Studios in conjunction with Nickelodeon. And Ludosity, I don't know, if they used Melee as the game they base Slap City off of, if they want to appeal to people who love Melee, that's a millennial audience. Those are people who grew up in the early 2000s, late 90s with games like Smash 4, Melee, and eventually went on to other Smash games. It's probably a bit of a stretch, but they're not going to put it all into the hands of the Zoomers, I guess. And that's the nice thing about Nickelodeon. They have enough shows now where there's fan bases of all ages here. So if I had to make my hard prediction, it's going to be CatDog, it's going to be Aang. If I had to make predictions now on characters that have not at all been teased yet or speculated, I have to go way back into my Nickelodeon archives. There's obviously the Angry Beavers and shows that were a little less not played as often. And I also have to make sure I don't include any characters that were in Cartoon Network shows. I seem to mix those up sometimes. But I know Angry Beavers was Nickelodeon, and I also know that in terms of games like Rugrats, having Reptar there is cool. But it would be neat. I mean, I guess they're babies, so what the fuck are they gonna do? But it would be kind of cool to have I don't know, a Phil and Lil Ice Climbers. They gotta have some kind of desync character that's in there. Maybe they can have iterations of the Rugrats where they sort of they might transform from their younger selves to their older selves and all grown up. There's a lot of creative ways they can take it. So you have to imagine, it's one thing to capture the essence of a show. It's another thing to incorporate that completely into it. And here's the roster again that they have featured. Has a lot of characters. You got Helga from Hey Arnold. It's interesting that the first rep they put from Hey Arnold isn't even Arnold. It's Helga. Arnold has a football head. I wish you could rip off his head and throw it at a projectile, but definitely can't do that. That would be it wouldn't be a PG game. But Helga Pataki, probably the second most iconic character in the series. Danny Phantom feels like it's going to be a Little Mac that floats. Big problem. Huge problem. Please ban him day one. Obviously, you got Sandy Cheeks there, who knows her karate. You got SpongeBob and Patrick. And then, like I said earlier, Michelangelo, Leonardo, M and L, Mario, and Luigi. I think that's kind of what they're going for there. And they show Invader Zim, but they don't show Gur. They also showed earlier in the trailer Gary. And I wanted to look back at that again because every time they have the new footage of the game, it's like they sneak in a character that is only there for a little bit, and it makes you wonder, is this actually a standalone character? Is it part of SpongeBob? Is it a stage hazard? Gary and Gur, not only having similar names, kind of have a similar function here, and I think we're going to discover what those functions are in the near future. So we'll have to find out. You also have Rocco's Modern Life. And then you have the one show, there's two shows that are so iconic that there's been so many memes with them, and it still has not been announced, and that's Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron. You can't tell me that those characters aren't going to have reps. There's just no way whatsoever. If it's Fairly Odd Parents, again, Cosmo and Wanda can do a sort of decent thing. If you have Jimmy Neutron's kit, there's a trillion ways you can take that. You can choose any episode of Jimmy Neutron, have his whatever machine he builds, and make that one of his specials. So you take 3 more episodes, boom, that's his entire roster. You throw in a Hugh Neutron, you got the entire internet on your side. But also, if they wanted to keep it super duper safe and just have the entire internet talking about it, there's only one character that you need. It will be super safe, and it's very, very obvious. And that is Squidward Tentacles. Why the has he not been shown yet? Why is he not in the roster yet? Am I crazy in thinking this? Arguably, behind SpongeBob, the most iconic Nickelodeon character at this point. Given everything. It's Squidward, dude. And if they make one of his taunts a dab, I think we're dropping Ultimate. And it has rollback, by the way. You guys be the own judges of this video, and I want you guys to also give me your predictions in the comments below on who you think these 2 slots will go to. The first of the, I wouldn't say DLC, but the first big reveal since the trailer was shown and everyone lost their minds at a potential Smash clone being phenomenal. So, again, thank you for watching, and Nickelodeon Lost, if you're watching, please, Jimmy, Timmy, Squidward, call it a day. Thank you.